Alright guys, welcome back for another headphone review. And this time it's another Sony headset and their Bluetooth. This is the Sony MDR-10RBT. So if you're out looking for these, make sure to look for that because there's three different models. There's the BT, the Bluetooth, there's NC at the end, which is noise canceling, and then there's just the regular wired headset. All three are good choices, but all three fit different needs, and they all have different price ranges. These retail for $199, but if you do some online shopping, you can find them for about $100, maybe $120, which I'll get into if I think that's a good deal or not. First off, we'll go over the accessories that come with these, and one thing I do want to point out that everybody's missing on the review of these, which is why I felt I needed to do this review, is simply for the accessories alone. You get two cables, the USB to micro USB cable, which is the standard if you have any Android device, so necessarily you wouldn't need this to carry around an extra set of cables if you already have one for your phone. It'll charge up just the same. Then you have the auxiliary cable that comes with it just in case the Bluetooth dies on the headset, which on a full charge you can get 17 hours of battery life, which is a long time. Really, you could go a week or so easily listening to these and not have to charge them up. It has the L shape, which goes into your device, and then the straight, which goes into the headphones. And the sound with these wired is slightly better, but not a whole lot better, enough that it matters, but the sound is a little better wired than they are Bluetooth. Now, the case is the one thing I need to point out, because it's the one thing that every reviewer is getting wrong. They think it's an awful case because there's no magnetic or Velcro, so it's not going to stay. It doesn't make sense. Sony doesn't know what they're doing. And honestly, this is completely false. First off, the material is it's not going to protect it from any impact, but it will keep it from scratches. So I would have liked maybe a hard case for these, but again, that's always my complaint. Cases is hit or miss. Simple design, it only says Sony right here. That's pretty much the only branding. Everything else just a black case. Now here's the part. The headphones themselves just slide in, and this is where they're like, oh, it's gonna fall out, it's not gonna make it. You simply just tuck the bag part in at the top. That's how the headphones go. They don't fall out, they don't move, they stay in the bag. It works exactly like they're supposed to work. So Sony did get it right, and some people just don't know what they're doing with the bag. I don't mean that in any certain way, but if you're gonna knock a product, seriously know what it is it's supposed to do. Now on to the headphones themselves. The most important part of this whole review. The build quality of these, it feels like a premium product. Although if you hold it in your hand, it's extremely light. There's not a lot of weight to this at all. The leather here is the same leather that's on the ear cushions, and to be honest, that's about as soft as it gets. Now, the Sony MDR-10RBT, the new extra bass set, has thicker padding, but as far as comfort goes, while these are on, you seriously cannot even feel that they're on, and there's no head fatigue. You don't get tired of wearing them. They're not tight on your head. As far as comfort, definitely about as good as it gets. Everything else, in here you have metal, so you don't have to worry about these breaking. Everything else is kind of a plastic, but it still feels like really well built, so I don't think there's anything at all to worry about. Now these are somewhat deep, so I haven't had any problem with the inside of these touching my ears, and the ears fit in there really well. They're around the ear, extremely comfortable. Inside here is where the right and left are labeled. Some headphones is kind of hard to find, but that's where they're located at on these. This has NFC control too, which not every device is NFC capable, but if you do have an NFC device, it's as simple as taking your NFC device and holding it close enough and it'll connect, or tapping, whatever. There's different ways of doing it, but all you have to do is just have it close to the NFC device, or you can just go through and connect it normal Bluetooth mode. Now on to the controls. of the headphones. With them being Bluetooth, obviously there has to be controls. On the right hand side, you have the volume up and down, which is actually a physical button. It sticks up, you can feel yourself pushing it in, which I do like. This is where I think Sony gets it right. On the play, pause, answer your call, skip forward and back, it's an actual button. You push it into pause, you push it into play, and you slide it back to go back, or slide it forward to skip to the next song. Okay, on the left side you have the mic, so that you can take calls and answer calls. You have the input for the headphone cables, so that if these do die, you can just plug them in. You have the micro USB port for charging, which, like I said, again, 17 hours for battery life. You just plug it in once. It doesn't take long to charge at all. And then you have your power button and your power indicator light. Now you do have to press and hold these for a little bit just for them to come on. Same way with turning off, but it blinks the blue light to let you know that it's connected. Another thing that reviewers leave out on these headphones, which is kind of important, if you have a device that has the aptX codec that can play high-end audio with Bluetooth, these do this as well. And the way to do that is you hold the volume up and the power button up at the same time when you turn it on. And when you turn it on, you'll get 3 blinks instead of 2, and that lets you know that the superior audio is turned on. Another thing, so some people aren't even getting the best sound out of these, and they're still saying they're great. So they even get better. People just need to know how to work them. Now, on to the sound quality itself. The sound on these sound great, and they sound great with any kind of music and pretty much any device. And I've used it everything from my phone, PC, tablet. Everything sounds great through these. The bass is a little elevated, not a lot in these. They do kind of have a boomy bass, but it's not overpowering. The treble and the mids are up enough that it has a very clean sound, which is hard to get nowadays. And I think this is the perfect. Again, everything is a matter of opinion and taste, but this set has like the perfect sound that I like and for me, and it works on all genres of music. Everything from like the heaviest of heavy, other like poppy stuff. It works on everything. So sound alone, which is the most important thing when you're looking for headphones. You find the sound that works for you, and what works for me may not work for the next person. But as far as my opinion and my review, these things are almost perfect. So retailing at $199, being able to find them for $100 to maybe $120, definitely go out and get these. Thank you guys so much for checking out the review. Leave comments below if you do have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. Hit the subscribe, like button, and share this video. Until next time, see ya.